So I am Alexandre Jane, and today's class is with YOZE. You already all know YOZE if you're here. So YOZE is offering classes online. It's by donation. So at the end, I'll give you a link if you would like to contribute. And could you just let me know if you can hear and see me? Hi, Siri. And in the chat, I put a playlist. Hello there. I put a playlist so you can follow along with some music if you would like. If you don't want to listen to music, that's fine. It's a Spotify playlist. So, hello everyone. So I heard that this system of sharing video works really well. So I hope that it works well for all of you. Yes, if you would like to turn off the chat sounds, then you can click on the little alarm button and it says désactiver le son de mes notifications. So if you don't speak French, just look for something that says désactiver and désactivate, and then you can click on that and turn the sound off. Great. And we're going to get started. I'll just make sure that there's nothing else I need to say before. Right. So if you guys have any questions during the class, you can post it in the chat. I'm going to check it maybe every 10 minutes, so I'm not going to be checking it. Oh, I also speak French. But this class will be in English. So if you have any questions, you can post it in the chat. I'll be looking occasionally, and if I see that something's there, then I'll come and check, and we can get started right away. If you have bolsters, like this, then it's great. But if you don't, then you can use a big book or something like that, or maybe a pillow, and you also don't need them either. So if you don't have it, well, you'll be totally fine. Oui, alors le cours normalement sera exclusivement en anglais. So the class will be fully in English, and I'll try and speak very clearly, and we'll get started. So find a seat on your mats. Take a comfortable seat. Cross the legs. You can sit up on a pillow. Make sure that the knees are comfortable and place the hands on the knees. Close the eyes to connect with the breath. We're going to connect with all of our senses today. So we'll start with the top of the head. Feel the skin. Your forehead, release the forehead. And then we'll come to the sense of sight. So when you meditate, you can have the eyes fully closed or have a slight opening in the eyes, which allows a little bit of light to come in. So whatever you've chosen, what can you see right now? Is it fully dark, or are you seeing a little bit of light? And come to the sense of smell. What is it that you can smell right now? What are the sensations you feel of the air coming in and out of your nose? And taste. What do you taste in your mouth right now? And can you relax your tongue inside of your mouth? Allow the shoulders to melt far from the ears. And come to the sense of touch. So what is it that you're touching with your fingers, your hands? Maybe it's the air, maybe it's your knees. Really tap into that sensation and how it feels. And feel the air along your body. Keep tapping into the sensations of touch, of the air along your body, and bring the hands by the hips. Keep the eyes closed, but slowly bring the hands up towards the sky. So the arms are slowly flowing upwards. And once you're at the top, the palms face each other. Bring your hands to fists and engage the arms, pull up, engage the arms, the shoulders, reach through the side body, and exhale, release the arms down by the side. Inhale, the arms flow back up to the ceiling. Once you're on top, bring the hands to fists, engage everything, pull everything upwards, and exhale, release down. One more time. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, fists, and pull everything up. Everything go up even more, even more. Engage the shoulders come to the ears, and exhale, let it go. We'll do a few circles with the shoulders in one direction and in the other direction. And come back to center. Bring the hands together and then bring them over the head. Inhale, look up at the hands. And exhale, the hands come in front of the face, round the back, chin towards chest. Inhale, open. Gaze up. Exhale, round the spine. 2 more times. Inhale, open. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open, and bring the hands behind the head. The spine is long, lower belly in. Inhale, the elbows pull towards the back, head in the hands, push the head into the hands. And exhale, chin towards the chest, the elbows fall towards the floor. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring the elbows together, chin towards chest. Inhale, open. Exhale, chin towards chest. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, chin towards chest. Inhale, bring the head back up. The hands come by the side. And then start to walk the hands towards the front of the mat. You can bring the head to rest on the ground. You can just let it hang. Or you can stack the hands and place the head in the hands or on a book or any sort of prop that you have. And just stay here. Keep the sit bones grounded so the hips stay on the floor. Long inhales and exhales. And begin to walk the hands towards the right side. Keep the left side body long and the right side body. And walk the hands further forward. Both sit bones grounded. And start to walk the hands back through center and then to the left side. Come back through center and walk the hands back towards the hips. Sit up over the legs and change the crossing of your legs. Bring the right hand to the outside of the right hip. The left hand comes up and overhead. So we're stretching out all of the left side of the body, all the way to the tips of the fingertips. So stretch the arm long, the side body long, and at the same time, try and keep the right side body long as well. So don't just fall into the right side. There's some engagement going on. And the gaze can come towards the ceiling or the floor. Inhale, come back up. The left hand comes down to the side, right arm up and overhead. Right side body long, really reach forward, gaze to the sky or to the floor. Keep the right hip, the right sit bone grounded. The chest open. Inhale back up. Start to walk the hands towards the front. Bring the head to rest on the floor, your hands, a book, anything, or you can let the neck hang if it's comfortable for you. Walk the hands to the right side. To the left side. Come back through center. Walk the hands towards the hips. And then come to sit up over the legs. We'll bring the feet to touch. So the insides of the feet touch. The knees are out. Try and have at least 10 centimeters between your hips and the feet. Grab the feet, inhale for a long spine, and exhale, fold forward. There's variations here that you can take. You can have the elbows in the knees so that you push the knees down. I don't really like that one personally, but maybe it feels great for you. I like to have my forearms, my elbows in front of the legs, and just allow gravity to bring my legs down. Two more breaths. Inhale, come back up. Extend the right leg, bring the left foot to the inner thigh. Both hands frame the right leg and fold over the leg. We're here for 5 breaths. Allow the stretch to really come from the hips. So we're hinging from the hips when we do a forward fold. And in yoga, we usually breathe from the nose. So the inhale and the exhale will be coming from the nose, but at the same time, the breath should be really comfortable. So maybe for you, that means breathing from the mouth and working towards breathing from the nose. Inhale, come up. Bring the left hand behind you. It can be on the same level as the hip, or you walk it a little further back and then you lift the hips up. Right leg stays long. So we have a heart opener here, a back bend. You really push the hips forward. Maybe the head falls back. And we're here for a few more breaths. Keep pushing the hips forward. Right foot is planted, so the external side of the foot pushes into the floor. And exhale, come back down. This time, the right leg is bent, left leg forward. Right foot to the inside of the thigh. Sit up tall, and then from the hips, we fold forward over the left leg. Two more long breaths. Try and lengthen the spine a little bit more. Inhale, come back up. Right hand comes behind you. Lift the hips up. Left hand reaches towards the back. Lift the hips up even more. The left leg is straight, right knee bent. Push into the floor to lift up. 2 more breaths. Long inhale. Long exhale, come back to the floor. We'll roll over our knees to come to hands and knees. Inhale to open the chest. Exhale, the chin comes towards the chest, look to the belly button. Inhale, open. Exhale, round, and we'll bring some movement into this. So inhale, open. Once you're open, the hips come towards the heels. Stay open with the chest, gaze forward. Once you arrive on the heels, the head comes down, the spine rounds, and we come back forward with a rounded spine. Once the shoulders are over the hands, we inhale to open the chest to look up. Come back. Round the spine once you arrive, and move back forward. Keep going like this with your breath. Maybe you move very slowly, or maybe you want to speed it up. Really feel the back flowing like a wave, or warming up the back, getting it ready to move throughout the practice. One more round. Come back to hands and knees with the hands directly underneath the shoulders. The hips are over the knees, and then start to walk the hands towards the front of the mat. Bring the forehead to the floor. Bring only the fingertips to the floor. So your palm is lifted, your fingertips touch the floor, push against the floor so that you open all of the front of the armpit to the arm. The chest moves towards the floor. You can also bring your chin and chest to the floor. You choose your practice. Slowly walk the hands back towards you and come to child's pose. You sit on the heels. The hands come towards the front of the mat. This posture is available to you throughout the practice. It's a resting posture where you can connect with the breath. If for whatever reason this isn't comfortable, so you don't feel relaxed, you can find a seated position or anything else that you need throughout the practice. You take any breaks or rests whenever you want. Come to sit on the heels. Bring the knees to touch and bring the toes underneath you. So we're waking up the back of the feet. This might be painful for you. If it is, bring the feet back down and come up when you feel ready. From here, we're just gonna flow like a wave a little bit more. So the right hand comes down, left arm up and overhead, and then bring the left arm down, right arm up. Really allow yourself to flow. Connect with the breath. Lower belly in so we have some engagement in the core. One more round. And then from here, bring both hands to the ground. And we're going to rise to stand. Bring the hands at heart center in prayer position. And if you can, you bring the knees up and slowly rise. Hands come by the side, palms face forward, Tadasana. We're at the back of our mats, and inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, the hands come behind you, lower to chair pose. Clasp the hands behind the back. Lower belly stays in, but you open the shoulders. And then exhale, fold forward. Keep the hands together. Inhale, flat back. The spine is long. The knees can be bent, but keep the hands clasped. And then you come back to chair pose. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open the chest. Pull the hands towards the floor. Inhale, come back to Tadasana, palms face towards the front. Exhale here. Inhale the hands to the sky. Exhale, lower to chair, clasp the hands behind you. Stay here for an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chair. Inhale, rise. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, Tadasana, stand. Hands by the side. Stay for an exhale. We'll do that 2 more times. So we inhale, the hands rise. Exhale, hands towards the back. Chair pose. Inhale, clasp the hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chair. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bring the gaze to the ceiling or towards the back. Inhale, standing pose, Tadasana. Inhale, the arms rise. Exhale, chair pose, clasp the hands behind you. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chair. Inhale, rise. Exhale, back bend. We'll stay here for 2 breaths. So really push into the feet. Feel the hips move forward, and you can release the head. So you gaze towards the ceiling, or keep pulling on the hands, and the gaze might come towards the back. Find your balance, and when you're ready, inhale, come back up. Palms face towards the front. Now we'll take a more traditional sun salutation A. Inhale, the hands come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, walk the hands towards the front of the mat. We're in high plank. So the hands are directly underneath the shoulders. The fingers spread wide, the feet hip-width distance apart, and we'll move to side plank on our right side. There's some different variations you can take. If you're new to side plank, the right knee comes down, left foot comes towards the back, so that the hand, the knee, and the foot are in one line, and then open the left arm towards the front or towards the ceiling. Lift the hips up as much as you can, and then we're going to do some hip raises. So you lower the hips, and then inhale back up. We'll do 5 more. Lower, up, lower, up. 3 more. Lower, up, lower, and up. Come back to normal plank, high plank. Both feet on the ground, and we'll come to the other side. So you can take the same variation with the knee on the ground, right foot towards the back. Or if you feel like you're up for a challenge, both legs stay long, right arm towards the sky. And we'll do 6 hip raises. So lower, up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both hands to the ground, feet to the ground. And exhale, lift the hips up, downward facing dog. It's the first downward facing dog of the day. So bend the knees, bend the right knee, straighten the left, and then bend the left knee, straighten the right. Keep moving like that, bending one knee and then the other. We're waking up the backs of the legs. And then come to a static pose. So the back is long, the legs stop moving, and you can bend the knees. The most important thing in here, in downward facing dog, is to have a long spine. So the knees can be as bent as you need. You'll inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Bend the knee to open the hip. Come back with the right leg long, and then bring the right knee towards the right armpit. Left armpit, right leg lifts. Bring the knee towards the chin, towards the nose. Create space by pushing into the hands around the upper back and try and place the right foot in between the hands with as little noise as possible. Maybe you have to walk the foot forward, so you can grab the foot and walk it forward. Left hand stays on the floor, right hand lifts towards the sky. And from here, we are going to move back into side plank, which is basically our pose of the practice. So we move back, we lift the right foot up, we place it on the left leg. Maybe the left knee comes to the ground, or maybe you come to wild thing by placing the right foot behind you. You open the hips towards the sky, right hand comes back. So you're opening the chest, left leg is long, you push into the left foot, and then come back. Forward, place the right foot in between the hands, and rise for high lunge. Bend the knee to internally rotate the hips forward. Engage the lower belly in. And now you straighten the leg, push the heel against an imaginary wall. Two more breaths. Warrior two. Front knee stays bent, back foot parallel to the back of the mat. Arms long and strong, and gaze over your right hand. And in warrior two, we're really supposed to feel like warriors. So you can try and have a warrior face. So you look proud in this pose, and you look like you know that you can accomplish things. So really try and establish that with this pose. Look like a warrior. And then the left hand comes onto the left leg, or you can bring it behind the back or wrap it around and grab the front of the right thigh, and the right hand comes towards the back. Reverse your warrior. Keep the left hand where it is, and on an inhale, come back up with the right arm. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, forward. Exhale, reverse. One more time. Inhale, forward. Exhale, reverse. Both hands come to frame the right foot. Step the right leg back. Move through a vinyasa. So either you know how to do a vinyasa, or you bring the knees to the ground. You slowly lower yourself all the way to the ground. Inhale, cobra. The elbows towards the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips towards the sky. If you have trouble knowing the correct distance for downward facing dog, then come to plank, and then you immediately bring the hips up. So plank and downward facing dog is about the same distance for your hands and feet. Inhale, the left leg rises. Left knee, left elbow. Right elbow, and lift. Left knee towards the nose. Bring it through, push into the hands, create space in the upper back so that you can gently bring the left foot to the hands. Walk the foot up if you have to. Right hand stays down, left hand towards the sky, gaze up. And now we're going to move to our side plank. So maybe the right knee comes down, or you keep the right knee lifted, left foot to the back. Maybe the left foot steps further back, so you can come to a wild thing. The right leg is straight, and you open the chest, open the back. Wherever you are, really engage the legs, engage the arm, and then come back with both hands down. left foot in between the hands, high lunge, hands towards the sky. Bend the right knee to internally rotate the hips, engage the lower belly, spine towards the back, arms towards the sky, straighten the right leg. Push into an imaginary wall with the leg, feel all of the engagement, and then open to warrior two. Gaze over the left hand. 4 more breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Right hand to the back leg, to the back or to the inner left thigh, and reverse your warrior. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, up 2 more times. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, up. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, up. Both hands frame the front foot. Move through a vinyasa. High plank. Knees to the ground. Slowly lower. Inhale, cobra, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Try and imagine that your right foot is going to touch your head. So you open through the chest. And while you're doing this, bring the shoulders over the hands. And we're going to move to a wild thing, or you stay here in this funky little pose. So you're here with the foot moving towards the head towards the foot. And then you bring the weight to the left hand, left foot, and open back up to wild thing. Bring the right hand down, right foot towards the sky. Your right knee towards the nose. Create space to step the foot through and inhale, high lunge. Remember that engagement in the back leg, and then step it, bring the left foot parallel to the back of the mat, warrior two. Gaze over the right hand. Reverse your warrior. Find that variation. So the left hand on the left leg, the lower back, or the right inner thigh. Come back to warrior two, and we'll take a side angle pose, elbow to knee, left arm up and overhead. Imagine that the left leg all the way to the left fingertips are on one line. Keep the right arm engaged so that the shoulder is far from the ear, and the gaze towards the sky. If you're comfortable here, then with your right arm, bring it in front of the right leg and then grab the ankle. You can also find a half bind with the arm, so the left arm can come behind and grab the inner right thigh. Wherever you are, straighten the front leg. So we're in Trikonasana, triangle pose. You can have the arm lifted, or you can keep that half bind if that's where you were at. The gaze is towards the sky. Inhale, come up with long legs. Bring the feet parallel. Clasp the hands behind the back. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the weight further into the front of the feet and stay here for 5 breaths. Three more breaths. One. Inhale, flat back, come up. Both hands come to frame the front foot. Move through a vinyasa. Right foot back, knees, chest comes down. Inhale, cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Bend the knee and imagine that the head and the foot are going to meet. Bring the shoulders over the hands. Weight comes to the right side, left foot steps back. Or you stay in that We're in that downward facing dog, just with the left leg lifted. If you're in wild thing, lift the hips up as high as you can, and then bring the left hand back down, left leg to the sky, and then the left foot comes in between the hands. Rise for high lunge. Engagement in the lifted leg and the right leg. Bend a little bit more into the left knee, almost at a 90-degree angle. Open to warrior two. Back foot parallel to the back of the mat. Reverse your warrior. Right hand on the leg, lower back, or the left leg. Come back forward, warrior two. Bend further into the front knee and find side angle pose. Elbow to knee, right arm up and overhead. Or maybe you bring the arm to the inside of the leg and you grab the ankle. You can also find a half bind. The right arm comes behind the back and then grabs the inner left thigh. Gaze to the ceiling. A few more breaths here. Straighten the front leg, gaze stays up. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Shoulders far from the ears, legs engaged. Inhale up, feet come parallel, hands come to the hips. Inhale, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come to the floor. If you're having a lot of trouble in this pose, then maybe you try to separate the feet wider so that you have more space to bring the body forward. Bring the weight further into the front of the feet. And if this is easy for you, maybe you walk the hands towards the back of the mat. Choose your variation today. 3 more breaths. Stay where you are. Hands come back to the hips, flat back, inhale, rise. Hands come to heart center in prayer position. Heels come in, toes point out. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come back up. Take the full inhale to rise. Engage all of the legs. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. 2 more times. Inhale, rise. Last time. Exhale, lower. Hands come to the knees. Straighten the right arm. Look over the left shoulder. Keep breathing here. Come through center. Straighten the left arm. Look over the right shoulder. Come back through center. Hands come to the heart. And as slowly as you've ever moved, we're going to rise back up. So engage those legs. Push the heels into the floor. So really feel that as you're lifting up, it's coming all the way from the feet that are pushing against the floor. The whole legs are engaged. And then you're back up with the legs straight. Both hands come to the floor to frame the right leg. Right foot comes towards the back of the mat. Knees to the ground, child's pose. Remember, this is supposed to be a resting, comfortable posture. If it's not comfortable, you can always sit up. And I actually often prefer to be sitting. When we're resting, it's a moment to connect back with our breath. So we want to be in a pose where we feel open. And we can really breathe. Take the time to fully inhale, and fully exhale. When you're ready, we'll come back to hands and knees. So we're in hands and knees, the hands underneath the shoulders, and the knees underneath the hips. You'll inhale to lift the right leg back. Bring the left arm forward, and maybe the left arm comes back and up as well. Exhale, lower. Left foot to the back, lift the left leg, right arm forward. Stay here for a full breath. And exhale, lower. Right leg back and up. Left arm maybe comes forward and up. And then underneath you, bring the elbow to the knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. 5 more. Elbow to knee. Extend. Elbow to knee. Extend. 3 more. Elbow to knee. Extend. Elbow to knee. Extend. Stay with me. Just 1 more. Elbow to knee. Extend and lower. Come back to the breath. Feel stable in your 4-legged pose. Left foot back and up. Right hand maybe comes forward and up. Elbow to knee. Extend. Elbow to knee. Extend. For 5, 4. Try and keep the shoulder directly over the wrist. 3. Find that balance. 2. And 1. Bring the hand down, the leg down. Come to sit on the heels, and you can roll out the shoulders, shake it out a little bit. And when you're ready, we'll come back. Right leg comes back and up. Bend the foot, and maybe with the left hand, you grab the right foot. If you have it, then kick the foot into the hand. If you don't feel like lifting the hand up today, then just keep lifting the right leg up as high as you can. Keep that knee bent and lift it up. Otherwise, actually either way, we're lifting the foot up as high as we can. Shoulders stay pointing towards the front. Find your balance and exhale, release. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Left leg comes back and up. Right arm forward. Maybe it lifts up as well. The left knee is bent. Lift the knee up as high as you can. Maybe the right hand comes to grab the foot. And you kick the foot into the hand. Shoulders stay pointing towards the front. Find your balance. You can do it. Maybe you can't find your balance today. That's totally fine. It's just yoga. We're just here to breathe and move, and that's what we're doing, so we're doing everything right. And then exhale, lower. Come back to child's pose. Like a worm, we're going to move to the front of the mat to bring our hips to the ground, our elbows underneath our shoulders, Sphinx pose. In Sphinx, the hands really grip the ground. So the hands pull the ground towards the back. Maybe you feel compression in your lower back, it's not comfortable, then bring the elbows further forward. If you feel comfortable, then we're going to extend the arms. Keep pulling the hands towards the back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, extend. Pull the hands towards the back. Exhale, lower. Keep pulling on the hands. Inhale, extend. Exhale, lower. You can stay in a static Sphinx, remember. Inhale, extend. Exhale, lower. 2 more times. Inhale, extend. Exhale, lower. Inhale, extend. Exhale, lower. Stay here if this is your favorite pose out of the 2. Or straighten the arms, and we're just going to hold it for a few breaths. Check into the breath. Are you breathing properly here? If you feel any strain in the breath, then maybe you need to come to a position that's a little less strenuous. Bring the shoulders far from the ears. So open the chest forward, shoulders are far from the ears. Release the shoulders. And exhale, lower, bring an ear to the mat. Hands can come by the side. Keep the hands by the side, palms facing down, forehead comes to the mat. Inhale, lift the forehead off the mat. Feet stay down, hands stay down. We're here for 5. Lift up a little bit higher. 4, 3, 2, lift higher, and 1, come down. Hands and head stay on the floor, and this time the feet come together, and you inhale, lift the legs up as high as you can. For 5, lift higher. 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, lower. Clasp the hands at the lower back, and this time we're going to lift everything up, just the hips on the ground. Stay here. And on an inhale, lift everything up. Pull the hands towards the back. The feet pull towards the back and up. Lift the chest up. A few more breaths here. Pull towards the back. Come up a little bit higher, and exhale down. We'll all come to lie on our backs. Bring the feet close to the hips, and the hands are by the hips. Push into the feet to inhale, bring the hips up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. When you lower, the hips don't touch the ground, they just hover. Inhale, lift. 3 more, lower. Lower belly engaged, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And now we stay here. Maybe you wrap the shoulders underneath you, clasp the hands. Push the feet into the floor, the hands and the shoulders, lift the hips up. And exhale, lower everything back down. Knees come in towards the chest, give yourself a little hug. Roll forward and back until you come to sit on your mat. Extend the legs. Sorry. Bring the feet about mat width distance. Now there's a few variations you can take here. The feet, the legs can be extended, or you bend the knees. Either way, feet are mat width distance. And we're going to fold to the inside of our legs. So you can do this with the legs bent or the legs straight. Find your variation. What feels nice for you today? What's important is that we're rounding the back. And so we're getting that stretch along the back body with this rounded back. We're going to be here for a few more breaths. So really try and find something comfortable where you feel a stretch but no pain. Stay connected to the breath, the sensations of the body. Five more breaths. One more long inhale. Long exhale. Inhale, come back to sit over the legs. Extend the arms in front of you. And we're going to lower back down onto our backs, vertebrae by vertebrae. Keep the arms up. Slowly lower so the chin is tucked into the chest. The head will be the last thing to come to the ground. And then once you arrive on the ground, clasp the hands, bring them behind the head. So we're getting some opening along the shoulders, the inner armpits. And then bring the feet together, knees out to each side of the mat. So we're getting some hip opening here in this butterfly pose. If for whatever reason the arms aren't comfortable here, then take another variation. Take another arm pose. You can have the hands by the side in T or cactus. And now with our legs, we're all going to bring the knees in, feet mat width distance. This pose, the lower back is released, so you can provide a great sense of grounding. So you can really bring the lower belly in so that you feel the whole back against the floor. Bring the knees into the chest. The hips come slightly to the left and the knees fall to the right. So we're in a twist. You can look up or look towards the left. Your eyes can, of course, be closed as well. Breathe deeply here. Come back to the breath. We end the practice by moving very slowly. Knees come back to the chest. Hips come slightly to the right, knees fall to the left. If your hands are starting to fall asleep or it's just not comfortable, then take T or cactus with the arms, otherwise stay here. And if you can, close the eyes. Breathe into the area where you feel the stretch. So if you feel the stretch in the right hip, try and breathe into the right hip. It sounds really strange, but once you do it, it makes sense, hopefully. Come back through center. And we're going to grab the outside of our feet for happy baby. The knees come in towards the armpits. Maybe you don't grab your feet. Maybe you can only make it to the ankles. That's totally fine. Or maybe you want to take this a little bit further and straighten one leg. Bend the knee and then straighten the other leg. Or maybe you straighten both legs. We're ending our practice however we want. So take those poses that feel right for you right now. And then when you're ready, we'll come to Shavasana. Take up space. The legs extend, feet point out. Palms up, arms extended on the floor. Close the eyes and take this time for yourself to integrate the practice. Allow the shoulders to release towards the ground. Everything releases. No tension in the body, no muscle engagement. Even the tongue releases from the upper palate. Begin to deepen the inhales and the exhales. Bring movement back into the body, the fingers and the toes. The hands come to rest on the belly, feet on the ground, knees bent. Stay here with the breath. Feel the belly rise and fall with each inhale and exhale. When you're ready, the knees fall to the right and we meet in a seated pose with the eyes closed. Hands on the knees. Through the nose, inhale. Hold at the top. Inhale a little bit more. Open the mouth, exhale. Inhale fully. Hold. Inhale. Open the mouth. Hands come to heart center. Prayer position. And bow the head towards the hands in gratitude for yourself and for this practice. Namaste, yogis. Thank you. Merci. Thank you all so much for practicing with me and for taking the time to learn English as well for some of you. Pas évident en anglais. Yeah. So I'm curious as to if you guys, si vous avez envie que le cours soit en français et en anglais pour la semaine prochaine, dites-le dans le chat. Comme ça, je sais combien de personnes sont intéressées par ça et je pourrai changer un peu. Hi, Morgan. So if you guys want to catch up and see where I'm teaching, my Instagram is alexandra.jane. I'm happy you guys like it. Alexandra Jane Yoga. And if you guys want to, you can tag me as well as YOZE in an Instagram post. And I also am going to, thank you guys. I'm going to make a call to action. So if you would like to, yes, so it should work. If I just made a call to action, so if you would like to donate for the class, then you can do that there. And I think there might be something else I have to say. Yeah, if you want to see all of the other YOZE planning, then you can look on their Instagram, and you can look on my Instagram as well to see everything that I'm up to. And I hope to see you all next week. And again, if there are more people that would prefer in French, s'il y en a plus qui préféraient que ça serait en français et en anglais, dites-le dans le chat, comme ça je peux voir ce que vous voulez. And I'll see you next week. I'm not sure what ABFAB means. absolutely fab, maybe, Leslie? Thank you, Thierry. I'll stay a little while longer. Of course, you can ask any questions that you have as well. And so I'll be here while you guys are signing off, and we can chat a little bit. Merci. Un peu de français. Okay. Morgan says English. It's true that this is the only English class that YOZE has, so that's why I thought it would be a good idea to do it fully in English, and maybe there's some people that only speak in English, but I can do a little bit in French as well. Okay, so a lot of you are French speakers. Alors j'essaierai, je ferai un peu des deux, mais c'est vrai que c'est bien aussi d'apprendre l'anglais et le yoga en même temps. So we'll do a little bit of both. It'll be mostly English next week, but a little bit of French as well. Thank you, Morgane.